Hi guys, in this video I will tell you what is my idea about what is government's next plan of action. So what the government will do next. So this is from my perspective what I am seeing practically in my day-to-day life. So this government, as you know, after demonetization they introduced prohibition of Binomi Amendment Act. So lot of amendments has been introduced in Binomi Act. So in 2016 December onwards it become implemented. Then in Companies Act you have this striking off of companies. Okay, point number 2. And point number 3, you have gift taxation under section 56 when a company receive premium, capital securities premium, when the company receive premium. So how they are going to connect all these things? See, point number 1, after striking off of a company, first they will do strike off of company. So many companies which is dummy companies, shell companies which they are not filing in time, who's having assets, land, etc., maybe cash in bank, land, etc., who are all not filing, they will first strike off. Second, they will freeze the accounts of the companies. So after striking off of companies, what will happen, I will tell you. The IBA will send notice to the bankers. So bankers will freeze your bank accounts. You cannot operate your bank accounts unless until you get back your company. If you go to NCLT will ask you, give me all previous year IT returns. So many companies, since they are defunct companies, they are just holding lands or some shares of some other company, they wouldn't have filed IT returns. So if you have not filed IT returns, we will not give back your company. Then what will happen to those assets which has been taken over, or those assets which is there in the company? In future, board of administrators will be appointed. Actually, in Companies Amendment Ordinance itself they had this concept, but it's not been implemented now. In future they will implement board of administrator. They will take over from central government, they will take over all the assets of the companies which got striked off and which cannot be revived. Then whichever company in their books, if they have securities premium, okay, then they will start questioning from whom this money has been received. This has been overvalued, so we are going to tax it heavily. Okay, so if a company gets a capital, because of some reason we will be allotting it premium. But actually what is the concept of PMLA? Layering and integration. There is one concept in PMLA. In that, some people who use their black money, they will give to some other source people and they will introduce into the company, but they will introduce the amount in the company at a very high premium which is not worth as per the company. But in later days they will be having very less stake, and the controlling person, the person who is having the high stake, okay, he will be having the decision making power, and the money, the black money, it's been coming into the company. So they are going to tax this issue. Okay, then what will happen? From the company's bank account will be frozen. Okay, then the company's assets will be taken by the government. If the company has brought in the money into the system, it will be taxed as gift. Then what next? Sir, some people have invested money in the company, okay, individuals or some other companies, etc. Now they are going to integrate with PAN number. So in future, if I put your PAN number, I can come to know in which and all companies you have invested monies. Then I will ask you source from where you have invested. whether in your balance sheet you have shown this. For example, there is Mr. X. Mr. X has never prepared his balance sheet till date. Mr. X has invested in a company, but till now he has not been reported that he has invested in the company. Now, from the company's point of view, they will ask all the shareholders. Previously, they used to ask only the big shareholders. Now, they will ask all the shareholders when they purchased, when they sold, etc. The full details they will ask in income tax returns of the companies. Then everything will be integrated. So, when your assessment is being taken, then we will ask all the investments which you have made, okay, whether you made at premium, whether you made at face value, etc. And we will see whether it is a genuine investment or it's a pass through something, etc. Okay, so dematerialization of shares, so it's already there, no? Private limited company, I will tell you, all the private limited company, government, maybe in future they will tell all the private limited companies should also have demat securities. Okay, this will happen in near future. It will happen. That time it will be like demonetization. It will be like that. Every transaction should be digitalized. So no physical share certificate will be there. So these are action plans of, that's what my guess. This may not be the action plan of the government, but from the amendments what I can able to see, Companies Act and Binami Act will be merged. IBC Companies Act merged. Income Tax Companies Act merged. So it's like, no, it's connectivity. Everywhere it's getting connected. Income tax and bank account is merged. That means if I deposit money in my bank account, immediately income tax department is knowing this, and they will ask e-proceedings. They will ask what is the source for this deposit. They will not ask to give my bank account details first. They already know. So they will directly ask the question from where. They will tell you the date also. On this day you have deposited this much amount. What is the source of? So it's not like whether you are giving details or not. They will give you details. Okay, they will merge each and every bank account. PAN number will be merged with income tax. So even you can log into your site and you will be having that to-do list, work list or something will be there. In that, if you click cash deposits which you made, then they would have recorded so many deposits which you made. You have to click and say what, this is my personal savings, I have deposited from that. So everything is getting merged. So be careful. Digital India, something what I can say big is going to happen. Okay, they are linking everything. Okay, so there is not going to be black money in future. This is what my thought is. So this government, see, it will happen on the behind screen. It will not happen in the front side. So it will all happen behind, and you will be like, no, surprised to see what is happening here. How you know all these things? It's been linked. Everything been linked. Okay. So what I came to know, I just shared with you. You please share with your friends.